Here it is. The Ring of Forgiveness. Every single thirst trap that Zio has had thirst quenching feelings for. Maybe if I use this, then I can be back in the spotlight for the reviews. What are you talking about? You were never in the spotlight, Ryuki. Who are you? I'm the main character around here, so just listen. I've got a plan to shake things up coming up, but I'm gonna need your help, this bucket of water, and a certain boxed up president of a company. So, are you in? But if I spin the ring, even past personas, some of which people aren't even aware of, will return. I don't think you want to open up that can of worms. Watch me. I feel a little different. I don't know what it is. Like, something happened, and I just have no idea. Which kind of goes hand in hand with what happened in this week's DonBros. We got a bunch of info getting dumped, some of which had simple answers that I clearly overthought on. But it's cool. Folks do be hating on DonBros, but there's no denying the amount of Taro's juices flowing in this week's episode. When we last left our chaotic situation in last week's episode, Tsuyoshi had been shadow realmed by the Noto replacements, making their introductions as expected from Sunoshi's team. But the real meat last time was in Jiro's village, so what's going on that side? Delusions! While Tsubasa tries to track down Taro, Jiro's completely oblivious to what just happened and is more concerned about showcasing off his imaginary girlfriend, who we now just found out is just the sock under his futon. So Tsubasa even points out just how crusty that sock must be. Please welcome in Taro Flex, out here not only purposely getting the suck into the forest, but becoming conscious once the Juto show up, just ready to take them all in. Terasaki, however, shows up with some more lore. The penguins symbolize the Don clan, and it's always been their duty to guard that forest. Which completely throws my theory out from last week out the window. Shitty Wig Guy was Terasaki's true form, and it just took showcasing off the back of that hat to prove it. But in comes another penguin Juto, here to copy Taro. Meanwhile, Tsunoni is still here from last week. I'm telling you, no spill, it's a beautiful thing. And the rest of the Noto try to hide away from Sunoshi in their Noto base, which is a bit of a dumb move because Sunoshi already has the keys to the house. That's right, instant eviction, no notice. Just out here being bums. Speaking of bums, here's Shinichi, who can relate to their entire situation. The Noto kinda want to just own up to things and form an alliance. But of course, Taro and Tsubasa have their hands tied. One more literal than the other. Shinichi thinks that if they actually want to get back into Taro's good graces, they need to mean it. A haiku. Meanwhile, Tsunoni. A haiku she asks to learn. The thirst is real. Throw Shinichi into a foggy daze until he gets that quick clarity. Hey, I just what's okay? So I just noticed Space Fize's jug is missing. It's been pooling up in a chair over there. Where did Galaxy Blade's card go? Morphin Black's jacket is missing? Thunder RX's helmet? No. This can't be happening. There's no way. That's what I was... Oh my god. Okay, wow. While I deal with the thought of previous personas running loose out there, Black Kaito thinks that the Noto should just pay what they owe in that cash money. Back at the village, Jiro's trying to show off that his crusty sock is indeed a real person, but all Tsubasa sees is unsanitary conditions. But that's when Jutaro shows up to assert his dominance. But that allows Tsubasa to take a look at the sky and the moon on in it. Meanwhile, broke Tsunoni... It's empty. Oh shit. I'm broke too. What do I do? Do I drink faucet water? Fit. Fuck. Maybe. Like this? No. No, it's gonna spill. It's gonna spill. I'll just lift the top. There it is. There it is. Okay. Wait. I could have just melted ice? Hey, I haven't used this since like one of the early bits. Why does this taste like onions? And the others realize just how broke they actually are, spending it on things they shouldn't have. It sounds familiar. When the replacements show up, dealing all the hands for Tsunoni to catch, flee from, and decide he's gotta get that giant plot MacGuffin. Tsubasa, on the other hand, starts looking at future Haruka's cheat sheet and destroys letting the crust settle on Jiro's delusions. But Terasaki shows back up just to drop some more lore. He retells us that the purpose of the Jutos and their creation, but still continues calling them a failure without telling us why they actually are considered a failure, dropping the illusion to Jiro that everyone he knew was actually made by him. Back with Jutaro trying to get them bills paid when Miho slaps the peach right back into him. Taking control of the Juto who possessed him, he sets out, just for Natsumi to get the run-in from them cats. With regained control, Chada Jutaro goes back to the village. In record time. I mean, they took a bus to get... He just shows up. Maybe he flew. He shows up just to show that he's the one in control. And he's learned what the Jutos know now that he's got all the secrets from their species after possessing one of them. So he now knows that the gateway to the force is actually through the full moon's reflection. Taking Tsubasa, Taro meets Taro.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Releasing himself from the origami and asserting his growing dick energy onto the Juto. Tsubasa finally frees his Natsumi, and for some reason, Tsunoni is here. How'd he get here? No idea. This is DonBros. We ain't gotta explain shit, and you'll enjoy it either way. While fighting the Jutos together, even Terasaki is wondering how Tsunoni got here. Look, man, just give him that MacGuffin. All this while Taro gets the Goldon Soak and showering the Jutos with his massively large gleaming Taro Dickus humongous aura, commanding that the Jutos be punished for their crime of attacking humans, having them stay imprisoned forever or catch these hands. With the humans all freed from the Juto, Terasaki begins to die, letting Tsunoni spin the MacGuffin and free everyone ever erased by the Noto. Oh shit. Someone touched my ring of forgiveness, didn't they? I gotta go on an adventure soon. Okay, so back with the new Noto on old Noto action. Everything gets interrupted when the Raptured return. Featuring a clear-headed Tsuyoshi, finally the DonBros and the Noto are working together to defeat a common enemy, driving them back. But While all this is going on, Miho discovers that the Juto have become vulnerable. But so has she. And Jiro puts aside his socks in order to finish what he started. Defeating Taro. Rating time! Holy hell, another week and we actually get more answers than questions. And sometimes that's actually a good thing, especially as we're starting to wind down this series. However, due to some of the bigger questions having simple answers, but also having Taro instantly jump up to the top of the Red Sentai tier list, this episode is getting the Ava Ranger A! Taro's penetrating through to those dino guts! So, the failure of the Juto was really such a simple answer as they just attacked humans? I really feel that this is really more attributed to the cat Jutos and not the others. Though we've only really seen the one crane Juto, two penguin Jutos, with the second one just coming out of nowhere. So it's easy to see that it really just took one of these types of the Jutos to ruin everything for everyone. I do find it interesting that the penguins themselves serve as a symbol for the Don clan. But I guess the Jutos themselves have been around for, what, 100 or so years? But if so, why did the Noto just 20-something years ago decide to penalize the Don clan about it? There's still a few mysteries here, but I doubt that we'll actually ever get the proper answers to them, as it appears that the battle coming up might be the decisive battle between Taro and Jiro. With this episode, we also get a massive amounts of Chad energy from Taro, as he scared off every single Juto with the power of words. The helmetless look was indeed a perfect 10 out of 10, great, and definitely made Taro transcend to the top of the Red Sentai tier list for me. He really assumed the role of king amongst the Don clan. King. So, obligatory Taro in King Oger needs to be a thing now. Gotta see it happen. But now that Jiro has had the illusions dropped, he has yet to get his true unification. Now, next week, the smell of another clip show, but it's possible that the episode after might be Jiro and Taro's challenge, which would likely conclude his arc and lead to the final big bad, who is... I don't fucking know. We still don't know a damn thing about the Juto that kidnapped Natsumi to begin with. Though she's awake now, I wonder if her dynamic will change, especially if she's become aware of what Miho has done. Though they kinda allude to Miho's Juto self being dead at the end of the episode, she simply disappeared back into the forest. Is she trapped there, or will she be the one to lead us into the final big bad? The thing is, we know that the Juto and their host can exist both simultaneously, even if they aren't in the forest. It's possible that Tsuyoshi could get his good end and completely wipe up the Juto Miho, as well as Tsubasa getting the proper Natsumi. But I still feel that there's a little bit of drama that's still looming regarding these characters that has yet to reach its full crescendo. Next week though, we see that Jin returns as the DonBrothers and Noto try compromising on a joint venture. It could be that now that the Jutos are at bay, there is no more need to punish the Don clan for their deeds, and since Jin served as the gatekeeper for it all, his role is finally fulfilled. This, in itself, reeks of a finale that still has a lot of epilogue. So it could be that the Noto plot is solved next week, but they still end up pulling the curtains regarding it all. Because, as I said previously, we still have some loose ends. Not just with Jiro, the Natsumiho situation, but also Don Murasame. Also, with the Noto joining the bros, can we get one final opening change, please, and just include them into the actual roster? So, what did you think about this week's Chad Bros? Taro getting that word in, the Noto looking for the alliance, and Jiro throwing away that crusty sock. Anyway, that's it for me. We're almost at the end now. Until next time, I need to check on some otherworldly things. Otherwise, that's it. Bye.